there is a major update on Rey Mysterio's injury that he suffered on SmackDown in a match against Santos Escobar, as Rey Mysterio has been forced to make a shocking announcement about his future in WWE, as the fallout from Rey's injury gets worse and worse. So now let's get to the latest on what is happening with Rey Mysterio. First, I must make it clear that this injury that Rey suffered is not part of a storyline. This is very real. It's unscripted. That is why during that match with Santos Escobar, things came to a grinding halt in the middle of it, as Rey Mysterio could not stand up. He tried, but he kept falling back down. Now, eventually, he was able to get back up, and they went to some kind of finish where it was ruled that Rey Mysterio could no longer continue, so Santos Escobar won the match, and that meant he was going to go on to face Austin Theory for the U.S. Championship. And now fans are wondering, was this Rey Mysterio's final match in WWE? Most fans hope it is not, because if it is, it would be a very sad way for one of the greatest wrestlers of all time to go out with such a sad injury, especially when it was against a fellow member of the LWO. It was just a freak accident when Santos Escobar hit Rey Mysterio with a flying forearm to the head and then a kick to the head. Obviously, this caused severe damage, and he was no longer able to continue with the match. Now, fans were shocked when they tuned in to NXT and saw Rey Mysterio make an appearance via satellite. Many thought he was going to announce that he was going to wrestle in NXT. Well, instead, he announced that he would be in the corner of Dragon Lee when he faces Dominik Mysterio for the North American Championship on NXT. Some noticed that Rey Mysterio didn't look well when he appeared via satellite, that he didn't seem like the old Rey Mysterio. And one of the rumored reasons why Rey is going to be in Dragon Lee's corner is because Rey has not been cleared to wrestle, and doctors fear the worst. And because of this, Rey Mysterio has been forced to make a shocking announcement. Let's get to the full details on this right now. Rey's injury is most likely a very severe concussion. And one of the reasons why it was so severe and why Rey could not stand up during a lot of that match was because most likely Rey has suffered past concussions, whether he knew it or not. And when you suffer from many different concussions throughout your life, it takes a toll on you. It takes a toll on your brain. It takes a toll on how susceptible you are to concussions. And the more concussions you have, the more susceptible you are to them. And then the more dangerous they become. As we know in recent years, concussions are no joke. Because you may feel fine a few hours after getting a concussion. You can go back and wrestle or do whatever you want. It's 10, 20, 30 years down the line when you start paying the price. And that's why there have been lawsuits against WWE for not protecting their wrestlers more, because a lot of these wrestlers suffered head trauma and WWE forced them to keep wrestling. But now, obviously, WWE is much more alert and they take head trauma much more seriously, and that's why the match between Rey and Santos Escobar was immediately canceled. So WWE did the right thing, but this has really turned into a scary situation for Rey Mysterio and his family. Doctors believe he is in danger. The injury that he suffered to his head is so severe that doctors fear the worst for Rey. Currently, Rey Mysterio is undergoing a series of tests to find out exactly what is wrong and what steps need to be taken to help him and to get him through this dire situation. Rey Mysterio is nearly 50 years old. His body has taken a beating over his long career. He's obviously had broken bones, plenty of concussions, neck injuries, you name it, he's probably had it. There's been several times during his current stint in WWE where he's had to take a lot of time off due to injury. Now, it's a miracle that somebody who is nearing 50 can wrestle as much as Rey Mysterio. He is wrestling pretty much every week. He's doing house shows. He's on SmackDown, pay-per-views. So he is wrestling a lot for somebody his age, which means the more you wrestle, the more risk of injury. And it's because of Rey's current age and how severe this injury is that Rey Mysterio has been forced to make a shocking statement about his current health condition and his future in WWE. According to insiders, Rey Mysterio is preparing to release a statement, and inside this statement, Rey Mysterio will say the following: due to the injury that he suffered in his match against Santos Escobar on SmackDown, and due to the severity of this injury, especially because it was to his head, he has no choice but to retire from WWE. This no doubt will upset wrestling fans all over the world. It's truly too bad that it had to end in this way, and he couldn't go out with that one final match where we could say goodbye to him. Instead, he has to go out due to an injury that ended his career. Obviously, there will be reaction from pretty much everybody in the world of wrestling, but one person's reaction will matter the most, and that is Rey Mysterio's son, Dominik Mysterio. Could this be the end of their feud? We don't know when and where Rey Mysterio will make this statement. Will it just be a press release? Will he go on WWE TV and say this? If he does go on WWE TV and make this announcement, then Dominik will have a chance to make a decision. Does he forgive Rey Mysterio for whatever he thinks he did to him? Or does he keep holding a grudge and say, oh, it's too bad he's retiring, or celebrate that he's retiring? That will be a critical decision, but it seems that Rhea Ripley may have control over Dominik, and he will not be able to break her control and forgive Rey Mysterio. So most likely, after this announcement is made about Rey Mysterio retiring from wrestling, Dominik Mysterio will continue hating his father. But when it comes down to it, this is not the way that Rey Mysterio wanted to end his career. Unfortunately, due to doctors telling him how bad this injury is, he has had no choice but to retire from WWE forever. What's your favorite memory of Rey Mysterio in WWE? And what are your thoughts about the rumor that Rey will soon announce his retirement from WWE? Leave a comment below and give me your opinion. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification so you are notified when we upload a new video.